Good morning, and on behalf of the University of Reading, may I welcome you to the Great Hall. Before we start the ceremony, I have a few short announcements. If you are in possession of a mobile phone, please switch it off or make it silent now, and ensure that it remains off or on silent before the duration of the ceremony. In the unlikely event that we need to evacuate the Great Hall, will you please note that there is an exit at the front of the hall on the left-hand side, and on both sides at the rear of the hall. The assembly point is the Whitegate car park, which is the large car park adjacent to the Great Hall. The marshals located around the Great Hall will be on hand to direct and assist you. Should you need any assistance throughout the ceremony, please attract the attention of the graduation marshal, who should be able to help. When ascending the stage, please walk to the top of the steps to the silver lining of your cap. Remember to wait there for a moment while your official photograph is taken. At the end of the ceremony, please make your way to the shuttle bus, which will take you to the White Knights campus where the post-ceremony celebrations will take place. And finally, please do remember to clap and celebrate each other's achievements throughout the ceremonies. Thank you. Graduates and guests, will you please stand for the procession?
Please do be seated. Now, I'm Paul Lindley, and I'm the Chancellor of the University of Reading, and so it's my huge pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the University to this degree ceremony. And saying you're welcome is really important, and I'm very aware that universities can sometimes be seen by some as places just for students, or maybe for research, but we're much more than that. For our graduates here, this university has become their home away from home for the last few years, and you are always welcome at home. But to all of you who are here today to join us in their celebrations, you've helped us all get to this exciting day. You're very truly welcome because you've played a part in the journey that's created this moment. So the university is not just for the students or staff and colleagues, but also for you, the family, friends and supporters, and now part of our wider community. The graduates, your degree will be officially and formally conferred upon you at this ceremony. Now, today's graduates have been split into 4 processions, which will each come up one group at a time. Each graduate will then be summoned individually by name to the platform by the university orator, and then acting under the authority vested in me by the university, I will doff my cap over the university mace, which formally confers your award. We'll then turn and smile to this gentleman over here, and they're the smiles that we're looking for. And then you'll descend the steps, collect your certificate from the room next to us and return to your seat. So, fellow graduates and colleagues, This congregation is steeped in the university's history and its tradition, but above all, it's a joyous occasion. It's where we get to celebrate the achievements of those processing. So please do feel free to show your appreciation, however it takes you in the moment. It will be appreciated.
By the authority of the Council and of the Senate of the University of Reading, this congregation has been summoned for the conferment of degrees. Chancellor, candidates will now be presented for their degrees. Chancellor, I present you these candidates to whom the degree of Doctor of Philosophy has been awarded.
I admit each of you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of this university.
Hunan Bell. Ainur Bulasheva. Pamela Joyce Moraleda Eliazar. Charlotte Howard. Aldo Gabriel Tobias Lim. Caitlin Lucy McLaughlin. Christopher Mwembe. Anastasia Ngenyi. Sabrina Ormston. Jürgen Pecci. Laura Reeves. Thomas Ramsey Robertson Shersby Harvey. Farida Chai-Chan. Chancellor, I present you these candidates to whom the degree of Master of Science has been awarded.
I admit each of you to the degree of Master of Science of this university.
Agricultural Economics Development, Sebastian Iago Davis. Agriculture and Development, Lucas Bertola. Chancellor, I present you this candidate to whom the postgraduate diploma is to be awarded.
I award to you the postgraduate diploma of this university.
Agricultural Economics, Simbiat Wumi Afiz. Chancellor, I present you these candidates to whom the degree of Bachelor of Science has been awarded.
I admit each of you to the degree of Bachelor of Science of this university.
Agricultural Business Management, Ahmed Islam Ahmed Mustafa Ahmed. Imogen Christison. Ellie Day. Carl Guamure. Ji An Lu. Teddy Denver Moore. Freddie Rees. Thomas Wisby. Agricultural Business Management with Placement Year, Harry Richard Morgan Owen. George William Sawbridge. William Charles Tothill. Agriculture, Fatin Christina Abdul Rahim. Charlotte Sophie Grove. Agriculture with Placement Year, Gleb Tsarev. Agricultural and Horticultural Science with Placement Year, Sina Hosseinzadeh Fard. Animal Science, Amber Gladwin. Ethan Simmons. Lucy Annabelle Zolkowska. Dafina Shogu. Chancellor, I present you these candidates to whom the degree of Bachelor of Science has been awarded.
I admit each of you to the degree of Bachelor of Science of this university.
Consumer Behaviour and Marketing, Bayram Agayev. Sundus Rashid Al-Balushi. Ahmed Ali Salim Al-Hati. Maria Ali. Abdullah Mohammed Al-Musa. Halimah Aziz Ali. Crystal Baldovino. Benjamin Barclay. Olivia Barrett. Denislav Minkov Bazitov. Amy Bennett. Sonia Bharti. Armina Bizari. Patrick Bolton. Annabella Clegg. Harry Cooper Brown. Amelia Crane. Joshua Curran. Madison De Napoli. Safa Amina Dean. Abigail Dermody. Rahofma Derar. Koyel Devani. Ona Ekijiuba. Jasmine Marie Elms. Katerina Fernando. Yan Nok Yanis Fong. Damien Leo Adrian Gronia. Isabel Hayton. Mahilia Hulsman. Bilal Javed. Alikan Jessa. Gurleen Kaur Johal. Chancellor. I present you these candidates to whom the degree of Bachelor of Science has been awarded.
I admit each of you to the degree of Bachelor of Science of this university.
Consumer Behaviour and Marketing, Suzanne Caraca. Misbah Khan. Olivia Kielischek. Paul Nicholas Little Souza. Edward Lowe. Grace McPherson. Ria Kaur Marley. Evan Malone. Kate Ellen Mason. William Macaulay. Carla McLean. Mohammed Takrim Mia. Athena Nasuri. Yusuf Hussam Mohammed Akil Mohammed Noor. Annie Recchi. Ryan James Scorer. Thomas Shelbourne. Joseph Smedley. Isabella Basley Smythe. Haida Sohail. Rechan Tamang. Anya Tantipiri Yakij. Alexandra Tsialis. Sophia Rose Volpe. Ruby Walton. Leah Warby. Libby Watley. Emily Williams. Haoxin Zhang. Consumer Behaviour and Marketing with Placement Year, Husnain Ahmed. Salma Al-Falafil. Mac Allgood. Helena Elizabeth Augustine. Chancellor, I present you these candidates to whom the degree of Bachelor of Science has been awarded.
I admit each of you to the degree of Bachelor of Science of this university.
Consumer Behaviour and Marketing with Placement Year, Rebecca Zago Babiuk. Poppy Rose Bonfield Hall. Jessie Casey. Rowan Chitty. Sarah Farkey. Lauren Hill. Maya Lambert. Jordan Michael. Chimwemwe Mwanza. Arnika Kaur Nagi. Rory John Nicholas. Nikhil William Pringer. Molly Rendell. Chloe Sewell. Matthew Sherry. Cameron Scott Turner. Isabel Wren. Environmental Management, Poppy Duff. Faria Islam. James Paul. Benjamin Jack Wallace. Sadie Wilson. Environmental Management and Sustainability, Kevin Ganaway. Eve Kesley. Naphtali Simeon Marhold. Mia Isabella Morgan. Safiyullah Rana. Beatrice Spence. Environmental Management and Sustainability with Placement Year, Archie James Sharp. Food Marketing and Business Economics with Placement Year, Phoebe Brown. Alice Carroll Gibb. Bethany Seema Ram. Isabel Madeline Wilson. International Development, Kira Garrod. Oscar James. Edward Jennings. Chen Shu Liu. Katrina Sangera. Phoebe Jane Sherrill. Zhendong Wan. International Development with Placement Year, Avery Neve. Benjamin Whiting. International Development with Study Year Abroad, Sophie Catherine Treby. Chancellor, it has been agreed that the remaining candidates be admitted in absence.
I admit each of these candidates to the relevant qualification of this university.
The Reading Students' Union Excellence Award Scheme is organised each year by the Students' Union to recognise those staff who have most enriched the learning experience of their students. I'm delighted to say that Reading Students' Union Excellence Award winner for teaching excellence in the School of Agriculture, Policy and Development joins us today, and I invite Akbar Karim to come forward to receive their award from the Chancellor. Chancellor, Professor Simon Mortimer will now present Dorothy Dix for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters. We now welcome Dorothy to the platform.
Chancellor, graduates and guests, I invite you to join me in honouring Dorothy Dix, Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of the charity Creating Better Futures, for her exceptional contributions to education, empowerment, and the advancement of diversity, equity, and inclusion for young people. Born and raised in rural eastern Zimbabwe, Dorothy's life was transformed by the power of education. Her academic excellence earned her multiple scholarships, first taking her to Norway and then leading her to the University of Reading, where she graduated in 2001 with a BSc in psychology and physiology. She was the first in her family and her village to go to university, and she experienced firsthand the transformative power of education. Her journey from humble beginnings to global impact is a testament to the life-changing potential of education, something she now dedicates herself to offering others. In 2012, she founded the Reading-based charity Creating Better Futures. Since its inception, the charity has changed the lives of thousands of orphans and vulnerable children in rural Zimbabwe through education, welfare support, and sustainable community development. Our university colleague and current Mayor of Reading, Alison Mpofu-Coles, has visited the work of Creating Better Futures in Chitakatira in Zimbabwe, and she can bear testimony to the transformative power of the education and the practical projects supported by the work of Dorothy and her co-workers. Here in the UK, her award-winning coaching initiatives equip young people, particularly those from underserved backgrounds, with confidence, vital work experience, and employability skills to thrive. Dorothy's values align strongly with those of the University of Reading: a love of learning, creating and sharing new knowledge, embracing and celebrating diversity of people and ideas, and caring for our environment. Her inspiring work continues to benefit students at the University of Reading, as well as young people from across educational institutions, employment settings, and internationally through the United World Colleges Network. Creating Better Futures provides internships, volunteering opportunities, and placements for University of Reading students, often facilitating life-changing and rewarding experiences abroad. Dozens of our students have gone on to work for global companies and charities after gaining experience, encouragement, and inspiration from Dorothy. She's been invited to be a visiting lecturer for our students of our own school's International Development Programme, along with students from psychology, business management, and education, and many other disciplines. She's been a keynote speaker at several University of Reading events, and typically, after every event, would have a long queue of students eagerly waiting to speak to her. In 2017, Dorothy received the University of Reading's Distinguished Volunteer Award for her many contributions to the university, and in the same year, she was invited to join the University Court. She has made endless contributions to diversity and inclusivity at the university, and her success in education and leadership has made her a role model to many of our aspiring students. Beyond the university, Creating Better Futures works with many local schools in Berkshire, providing lessons, workshops, and seminars on the global citizenship curriculum. Dorothy is now recognized as a leading expert in her sector and is regularly invited to deliver keynote speeches at a wide range of events. Dorothy is driven by a deep-rooted and authentic faith. In spite of the challenges she has faced, those who know her highlight her integrity, her credibility, her energy, and her striking presence. They also comment on the fact that she always has a broad smile on her face, and I can see her smiling on the stage even now. She is a truly inspirational woman who deserves recognition for her selfless passion to transform lives through education, and she serves as a commendable example of ambition that is worth celebrating. Chancellor, I present to you Dorothy Dix for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters of this university.
Dorothy of the University of Reading, I admit you to the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters of this university. We're so proud of you. Well, very many congratulations to Dorothy and everybody else who received their award today. Now, when my alarm went off this morning, I'm sure I wasn't the only one with a little nervous feeling in my stomach. Like many of you, I knew that there was a big event coming up, and I wondered whether the preparation was perfect. Would we make a confident start? And what could possibly go wrong? I thought, should I put on my lucky socks today? Would the team put on a winning performance? And would this be a really pivotal moment and the beginning of a new era for everybody whose big week this is? Because like many of you, I suspect, in this room, I woke up already worrying about England's women's final on Sunday. But graduates, today and right now is all about you. It's not about them, it's just about you. Because you've made it through the lectures and the late nights, the exams and the essays, the triumphs, and I'm sure some setbacks. You've grown as thinkers and as citizens and as people. And you've undoubtedly learned about yourself and about the differing experiences of people you've met here, many of whom I'm sure are going to be lifelong friends now. And so just now, you walk back to your seats, not just with a new degree certificate, but with a story. One that only you can tell, because you've taken away a unique story from your experience here. And you're part of a bigger story too, because this next year is a very special one for the University of Reading. We're entering our centenary year, just approaching 100 years of educating, of discovering, and of serving. That'll be 100 years of change and challenge and community. 100 years of smart and optimistic people like you, sitting in this very hall, each graduate over the last 99 years, like you, with their unique story. Each with their own aspirations and dreams and memories and knowledge to share with the world. Whether they were sitting here in 1926 or in each of the 99 years since, years that have seen incredible change. A constant is that each University of Reading graduate has sat here determined to make their mark on the world. And they now include you. But you're not the end of that story. You're the beginning of its next chapter. And I trust that that gives you a comfort, a sense of community with your friends and colleagues and family here today, but also with those who sat in the very seats you're sitting on now, with the same pride and ambitions and humility since 1926 as graduates of this great University of Reading. And that's no mean achievement. We see you. We see that achievement. We recognise the prestige and the responsibility that your new degree now gives to you. And I think that by being here today, you're a real credit to yourselves, to your predecessors before you, to your families and friends. And for that, I'm going to offer you my own extra round of applause. Congratulations. But there's another group of people here today who deserve our recognition. Your supporters, for your family and your friends, who we welcomed earlier, and who I can see right now are filled with pride from what they've just experienced in the last hour. And your university lecturers and colleagues, some of whom are on the stage here, each of them has been with you, has supported you every step of the way. And it's a really important day for them too. I can see how very proud they are, because they're a vital part of your achievement. So with your permission, I'd love to lead you in a round of applause, appreciation, and say thank you to your family, friends, and your colleagues. Thank you. So I love graduation days because I'm so lucky to be able to stand on this spot and have the privilege to witness all the optimism, the celebration, and the joy of high-achieving, smart people. But actually, much more than that, I love the togetherness and the connectedness that it always brings. We've experienced this ceremony together, this last hour. We've clapped for everybody. You've shown your thanks for each other and to each other. And I think that's where the real beauty of today shines really bright, when we recognise this is a shared experience. And it is true that in the years to come, as you look back on your time at university, I don't think your first thoughts will be about these buildings, this campus, or the town. I don't think you'll even really think about the knowledge that you created or the degree that you've just received. I think you'll remember your friends and your colleagues and the experiences and inspirations that you've shared with each other. Because a university is not really anything but a group of people, is it? This one was back in 1926, and it is still now. It is its people. And you are now in great company. The group of people with a degree from the University of Reading is pretty impressive. And it just got more impressive in the last hour. From world-renowned author Michael Rosen to ITV meteorologist Laura Tobin, from rowing legend James Cracknell to the Deputy Secretary-General of the United Nations, Amina J. Mohammed. And just 11 years ago, on the very spot you just stood Keir Starmer, when he accepted an honorary doctorate of laws. And afterwards he said, "It is a very special honour, and I look forward to contributing to the continued success of this great university." And then within a decade, he was Prime Minister. So, there's no pressure on you or anything. But whatever you go on to do next, I hope that you feel the same way as he and as Dorothy. That you will want to contribute and want to serve. But whatever you choose to do, you will always be part of this community. And I hope that as you take with you from your time from university that sense of discovery and a joy of learning and a wanting to do something today that's going to help you in your lives, but will also help others. And as you leave this great hall and this great university, I just ask you not to turn your back on your younger years, to keep alive that magic spirit of youth that saw you through your school days and your student years, and which I could see so clearly as we met a little earlier. I still try and keep my youthful spirit alive every single day. My journey from sitting with my new degree certificate to standing before you today, somehow now with grey hair and gold bling. That journey has been travelled trying to hold my student version of myself close. And when I do look for inspiration for what to do next, I often think back to the posters that I'd stuck up on my undergraduate room some 35 years ago. And one of them was of my sporting hero, who was Muhammad Ali. And I do still look to his words today to get inspiration from my sense of the journey that I'm taking. But I'm holding close his advice to young people specifically when he said, "Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small people who find it easier to live in a world they've been given than to use their power to explore one to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Possible is temporary because impossible is nothing." I'd ask you to take that definition of impossible. Dorothy's taken it and changed many lives through her work. You've got that opportunity now with your degree in your next adventure. And I won't offer you any advice, really. You're the high achievers in this room, and many of us will come to you in the future for advice. But as you do move on to that adventure, and impossible is ringing in your ears, I'd offer one thought, and that's to always remember to keep you unique. Don't be somebody that isn't you just because you think you need to conform. You can be proud of the curious and the smart person you are right now, and if you keep you, well, the rest of us here, we just can't wait to see where you take you next. Congratulations. So, graduates and guests, I would ask you now please to rise as I declare this degree congregation closed.